We should have stayed live for all that. Could have had that footage.
Welcome to the Edgyverse podcast.
You live now?
Yeah, I'm live now. They've been talking the whole goddamn time,
I'm
y'all.
sorry, Joe.
Ain't that when we came here? Hold on. What are they doing on the podcast?
Okay,
What are they doing on the podcast?
Can I even start my own goddamn
yeah.
podcast?
That's right.
God
Right.
damn.
Your house, yeah. This your house.
This is your house. I'm sorry.
Yo. That's funny. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Edgyverse podcast, episode 5. This is a special show that was technically made today just because of, guest of honor. My bro.
Oh, yeah, we got buttons for that.
Yeah, it's my brother Sergio who just came into town today. Or was it yesterday or today? Today.
Yeah, didn't get nobody heads up, no nothing.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
it really be like that, though. It really be like that. It really be like sometimes you just gotta pop.
And then, sometimes you. Kendrick told y'all.
okay, what we not gonna have is everybody talking over each other.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's not what we gonna have.
One at a time.
That's
We got to raise our hands now?
Right.
No,
you
no.
tell us.
Come on.
You tell us when to speak.
All right. I'm gonna direct towards you guys, okay? I can't even start, guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is
You asked us
this
to
is what it
come
looks like to do
here.
it the same day, guys. All right.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
This is nice.
Positive energy.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We been ready.
Is this
Past
recording?
hour, We've been sitting here, you've been sitting up. Like, I mean, what are you talking about?
Is it recording for us?
God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It says
Are you
recording.
serious?
So I think we're good.
I'm sharing all this just so y'all know. There ain't cutting
Yeah.
none of this out. Okay?
What did we come here to
It's gonna
do
be soon, but-
again?
Okay. Let me get it.
Alright,
So today's topic, guys, is going to be over present and past. What do you think was better? You know, your time, let's say 10, 15 years ago or now? Would you rather be in the present? I mean, and it can go from finances, it can go to status, it could go to what's going on in the world and stuff like that too as well. But what do you think was
Hey,
better?
Donald Trump got shot. Y'all know that?
What?
Where I just found this out yesterday. Hey, he got shot in the ear.
Oh my God.
This man got shot in the ear.
In the ear.
Yes, he got shot in the ear.
You didn't hear about that?
I don't think he really got shot, guys. In the
He
head.
might have got
I don't know.
shot.
I ain't looking into it.
Are we
honestly.
doing conspiracy
Okay,
theories
okay,
or
okay,
are
okay.
we talking
Alright,
about past?
I'm gonna ask Sergio
Alright,
first.
okay.
God damn it, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sergio, what do you think was better? You think 10, 15 years ago or now, period? And this can be literally you from when you were younger until you're older.
But you just said 10, 15.
That kind of shit is really just based on perspective.
Okay.
Because
What's your perspective of 10 years ago you?
10 years ago, me didn't really make no sense.
Okay.
I didn't really have no directive or guiding light to be like, hey, let's do this and this will probably, it was nothing going on except for, I don't know. We're not gonna go too far.
Okay,
on
you don't have to go. You don't have to go too far. But I'm just saying. So you
But
would.
yeah.
You think you would rather like the you now over back in the day?
Mentally, yeah. Socially, no.
Okay. And then what do you think you missed? Anything you missed back in the day than what is now? Freedom.
Freedom.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Amen.
So what do you
Hey.
mean
What do you
by
mean by
freedom?
that? Yeah.
Because when you're a kid, you think you want freedom. To be an adult is freedom, right? Because you emancipated from your
that's where
parents.
See, you don't know that
as hell.
freedom
You don't
until
know
you're
that.
older.
Yeah. You gotta
Okay.
wait. You gotta grow, and then once you finally catch on to it, it's too late because the world got
life
you.
be life.
It's like, you know what? But your life is an adventure. That's the whole shit. It's like the ups and downs. It's all an adventure. But freedom, that's.
Well, I think we forget about that feeling, like when we were kids. Like the freedom feeling is like us being like creators and like, not us being more in control of our mind and not so much our mind controlling us. Like,
Yeah, that is true. That's the big part is your mind. And once you figure that shit out, then the rest of the world kind of start cooperating slowly but surely. You don't realize, but like I said, perspective is kind of big.
I think it's worries.
Yeah.
As we get older, it's more worries we put on ourselves.
I would agree with that
When
100%.
we were younger, we ain't had that much worries. We're like, hey, get this
Okay.
paid, get that paid, and then we're going to the club. We going, hey, we doing. That's it. That's all we had to worry about.
Yeah. I mean,
Mindset.
yeah. I mean, of course that too. But before we didn't have to deal with kids. We didn't have our
Worry, that's
kids.
a big
We didn't have
worry.
our
I don't
kids
know.
before that.
I don't
And-
know. I had a kid, I feel like, as a kid. I feel like I had a
I know
kid
I
as a
did.
kid.
I
Like
did.
I literally like raising my kids. Like, and I wish I would have caught this earlier in life. Like you can learn a lot from your kids, and you can like heal like through your kids.
Kids
Yeah,
put-
my
they
kids
put-
say me. I know
they
that for
put
a
a lot
fact.
of
That's why I say
perspective,
now I'm cool. I miss the freedom.
Yeah.
But as far as the
Perspective,
person I
yeah,
was,
yeah.
and like nigga,
Yeah.
I see the world a bit different as far as I'm gonna do what the fuck I
Back
wanna
then
do,
when we
fuck
were
you.
younger,
Yeah.
we were a little hard headed back in the day.
Reckless.
Can we all agree to admit that back in the day when we were younger we did do some dumb shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
very
did the
reckless.
You can-
dumbest
We
shit.
look back on it all the time and we're like, man, y'all remember them days and stuff like that? Yeah, and then now.
I miss it. I ain't gonna lie.
I say it was
miss
fun. I do
I
still be
miss
like
it.
shit. That
You-
shit was
okay,
fun.
okay. Everybody misses that
It was
that
fun.
early-
It
that
was
early
I'm
youthful
like,
life.
it was
You know,
fun.
the early youthful life was good. We didn't have really no worries. We were out, everywhere.
I was never really outside. I'm not
Never?
an outside person. I'm not an outside.
Yeah,
We
No,
was
I'm not
outside.
saying
We
never.
was all we all
I'm
hung
saying
out with each other
never.
outside. So
I'm not saying never, but just like throughout my life, I've never been like, even as a young person, that was never like something that like excited me. But another thing is like, I don't really like people in my bubble, and like I don't like crowded spaces.
Yeah.
And it'd be hot in there, and people.
Yeah.
See,
that makes
I like
sense.
getting
This
in.
is not
I
my
got
bag.
in.
Yeah, I'm very active. Like,
Yeah, I was doing the club thing. I was in crowded, hot
I
ass,
like being.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uncomfortable spaces.
Oh,
and
I see
shit.
somebody over there in the mix. I'm going. Let me walk over here real
See what's
quick.
happening, what's
Yeah,
going
hello,
on.
hey.
But now we have responsibilities, right?
Yeah, see,
Now we have-
Now we think through things a lot more.
Yeah,
You know,
A lot.
before I take that step towards that mess, I'm like,
because of experience, right?
Yeah.
Experience.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
knowledge now.
yeah.
So-
growth. It's all
Yeah.
about growth.
So I would.
Yes.
Yes.
So you would choose now then, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Versus before.
Financially, I go back.
You would go back?
Oh yeah, I go back because I've spent
Financially, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, back then you might have had a lot more money. But do you think you were smart on how you actually use that money,
But
distribute
if
it?
you
That's
just
not
have
really
it
bad.
and
You
not
think so?
necessarily spend it,
Because we all went out all the time.
Oh,
10 years ago, all the time. I didn't know. Honestly, my thing is I didn't have that great of a job, like at all. So I still to this day don't know how we were out as much as we were in
Exactly,
a
yes.
week. And still had to pay, rent and stuff. I don't know how we
Yeah,
made
my
it, man.
financial
Expenses.
career
We
was
made a
kinda
way.
up and
So
down.
that's difference too.
Expenses
You're
were
right.
Way.
You're right
way
about that.
Different. Even like 5 years ago, it's
I
a
mean-
huge difference. And you're talking about 10 years ago.
Do you remember when apartments was what like $500
Bro,
a month?
yes.
$500 a
That shit was
month
360
to
down
live
the
there.
corner we had,
Yeah.
what's the name? That shit
So
was
that's how you-
360
Hey,
two bedrooms
look.
Is that
on
10th? Yeah.
Street. Yeah.
That's how
Right.
you could afford it because
Yeah.
you get roommates, y'all split that.
No. I'm talking about even.
Just
even
the price in general.
Oh,
was,
yeah.
what, 360
For a two-bedroom?
right now.
But I'm saying that's where the extra
Impossible.
money came from that you were spending back then because you saving on living
No,
expenses.
because me back then I had my own place. I paid all those bills on my own.
Yeah.
I didn't really have no
You say
roommates
when
like
you were
that.
going out and stuff.
Yeah,
Still
It was
able to-
just- it
still
was just
able to
me.
go out, still able to
Yeah,
hang out.
I don't know, I just
Still
don't
able to-
I was
understand.
able to do
Yeah.
more. I was kind of a
but-
lot more reckless financially.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and it seemed like it made a way somehow. Now I'm trying to be responsible.
And it's hurt.
Glad you said that.
Yeah,
But I'm
that's
glad
it.
you
Hey,
said
hey.
that. Look, because listen to this, like you say, like you don't have money, but you spending money.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, so you attract like what you are. So if you spending money, like you got the money and you enjoy spending the money, you're gonna find a way to like make
It's
more
gonna-
money. The
Oh,
money's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
come to you.
Yeah.
And you're
It's
gonna
true.
figure it out like subconsciously, like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna figure out what
Because
step
I
I
want
need
to
to
keep
take.
So
doing
that-
that.
that-
Yeah, that's true.
That comes with
Universe
with
working with
what
me.
would you say? Like the more money you make, you spend more, of course, right? Because you make more money.
Yes.
So then
I
you're used to
definitely-
make. But
Your
me,
needs
but
and
me,
your wants
and
are-
and I'm guilty of that too. Of goddamn podcast room, right? But I'm saying nowadays I'm short with it. Like I'm like, nah, you don't need that.
Yes.
The kiddos and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I have the money to buy it, but I'm just like, man, I'm thinking about what if the car break down?
Yeah.
If I get a
Yeah.
flat
Oh,
tire.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be
Homeowner
prepared
now, so then I gotta have
yeah.
expenses for just in case. You gotta have money for now that we older, we have money for just in case. You know,
Rainy day.
yeah,
Yeah.
rainy day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I honestly think like I'm in a mixture of now and before. because there's certain things I wish I would have known back then
Cold.
that I know
course.
now. You know what I mean? Like
If
there's
I
a
would
there's
have
a
knew
bunch.
back then what I know now, we'd
Right.
all be happy. We'd be
Millionaire.
good, boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Millionaire,
we'd be straight.
All the
Yeah,
perspectives that we've heard or we've seen or we've talked to people. You know,
Oh.
I mean, retail. You know, owning a house earlier. You know, would have been beneficial for probably all of us right now.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
From years ago, from
yeah,
now what it is,
imagine.
it's
That would've
crazy
been
how
like
interest
if we-
rates have
Market,
Man.
skyrocketed.
Now we know the
you know?
market. Now we know,
But we know also know it goes up and down. So
Yeah.
we know it's
Always.
okay.
Yeah.
Fluctuate,
that
As
you
long as
can-
you can watch it.
as long as you know how to, move. You don't want to buy at a bad time.
Right.
But you know that it
All
goes up
knowledge.
and down. So
But
you just prepare, you
I'm-
save your money
Once
up,
you
you
learn.
take the steps you need to take to get
I'm-
there.
I'm more or
Be
less
ready.
talking about that too, what you are, but I'm just saying like what I would have known about like land.
Experience.
All of
You
it,
know,
everything,
the
yeah.
really the taxes. You know, if I would have was taught in school about
that's
taxes,
next.
about taxes, about credit, you know, how to
Any
get credit. You know what I'm saying?
financial,
Like
any
I
type
just
of
feel like it's
financial class would be-
it's not taught enough in our schools on
Well-
how
Not at
to
all.
try to, you know, ascend in the world outside of being in the school for those, you know,
But
what,
see,
12
we didn't
years.
Have nobody, like we didn't have nobody passing that down to us.
Exactly. At
Right,
home
right,
either.
But
Right
now we're
at
soaking
home,
all that up as us, and now
you
we're
are
passing
you are
that down.
extremely right. At home, we didn't have that, but we're supposed to be going to school learning stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think it's in there today.
No.
You know,
No,
we've
they're
been out of
taking
school.
stuff
We've been
out.
out of
They're
school
taking
right
it
now.
out.
It's not.
But I'm saying,
Hell.
like now you have to do like you have to go to these classes or these pop ups to know about it now. Now that's available.
yeah.
But I just wish they had like a finance class of
Yeah.
of like senior year. You had to take a finance class.
Man.
You had to take one. So
That kind
I
of
mean,
shit.
even
the
if you're
earlier,
not
the earlier the better. The
Even-
earlier the better.
even if you're not going to per se college or anything like that, you know, even if you're not going to any of those institutions or anything to further your education, I think it's still important that you know
Just
about
need
credit.
To learn that shit in like the
I-
sixth grade.
I
As
would
soon as they
argue-
get to middle school, they need to start learning about that
I would
financial shit.
I would argue
All
that
shit y'all asking for.
I would argue that I'm sorry, I mean
No, you good.
I would argue that financial literacy
Mm-hmm.
is as maybe even more important than just an education. Because listen, you can be a millionaire without a college degree.
That's right.
But how many
There's
people with
people
college
without high
degrees
school
are
diplomas,
millionaires?
yeah, there's
How many
like-
people with college degrees are millionaires? But how many people that are millionaires have college degrees?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's like you like
Just getting
so.
paid.
I mean, that's great.
It's
I'm
all
not
because of who they
saying that that's
surround
not an
themselves by. They get into that group of people that further their knowledge
yeah.
more than the
Right,
schools.
But
sharp
see,
learn.
like you
That's
said,
what
it didn't get
is,
passed
yeah.
down to us. Like at home, they don't teach it in the schools because I'm not going to get into to conspiracy theories.
Those are
But
fun.
That was episode 1.
but I might have been out of town. But I just forgot what I was saying. Conspiracy
I'm out of
theories.
town for that one.
But what was I saying, right? I like totally lost it.
Look, see, no,
See, getting
next.
sidetracked.
I mean, we can all agree.
Conspiracy.
All three of us can agree that we all wish we knew what we knew now back
Yes.
when we were 21, 22, 23.
Yes.
You know, or learning this as we were graduating,
Sooner.
you know, high school. You know what I mean?
yes. The sooner the better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. We didn't learn it at home and it getting passed down to us. Like, but the information, like the people that have, like the wealthy, like the generational wealth that's taught at home, they teach them how. Look at the
That's
famous
passed
wealthy.
down,
Look at the
yeah.
Jenners and
Yeah.
the Kardashians. Like they have money. They taught their daughters how their kids how to. You know,
But
so.
but I would
Got
say
to,
I would say too though that sometimes we get in ourselves way of somebody trying to tell us something or explain something
That's true.
to us,
You're not
and
open
then
to learning.
and then we're
from
not
it.
open. We're like, oh, you just
Yeah.
trying to be too goody, and trying to, no, I'm trying to like share something with you.
Authority.
You know?
The problem with the
Yeah.
authority.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think that goes around a ton, and
Oh, I've learned
then
that.
and
That's
then
why
and
that
that-
was
right?
my big,
being
yeah,
out in
problem
Houston
with
and being
authority.
around like a different set of people
Yeah.
that I was.
That'll do it though.
Opened, yeah,
That'll do it.
opened me up to
Yeah.
like, hey, I don't know it all. Like
Yeah.
I need to shut up. I need to listen a little bit, Either they know what they're talking about or they don't. Either way, soak it up.
It's
Take
still
it
it's
in.
still
I
it's
mean,
still free
yeah.
game. It's
It's
still
not- yeah.
free game they
Yeah.
giving you,
Yeah.
And honestly, y'all, that's all I try to do is like listen. I listen to like, I work in retail and I get customers, I get old customers, I get other people that buy expensive stuff. I don't ask them what they do or whatever, but I just kind of just listen, just how they articulate words and stuff like that. And sometimes they'll ask you what you do, because a lot of people don't have another job and stuff. He'll ask me. He was like, "Oh, I had to do that." when I was younger too, you know. But he said, but I got it from an old guy, man. I think he was a pastor at the store one time, and he told me like, if you can learn something that you don't have the discipline to do, then you'll get far in anything, because you got the discipline basically to learn anything that somebody else is trying to teach you new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it's something that you absolutely did not want to do, or you felt like you couldn't do, and you took the time to actually learn it from somebody, heard it from how the way they do it. This is the way you do it. Oh, you're doing it wrong. No, you're doing it wrong again. Do it this way. Listen, close. You know, people who talk to other people that way tend to get upset. Oh, he's just trying to run me. He's trying to tell me what to do, or have this extra level above you or something like that, when all they're doing is trying to help you. Now, in order to learn something, things ain't always going to be easy for you.
Right.
You know, so you got to understand how to listen, even when it might seem like they're having an authority voice over you, but at the same time, have the discipline to shut up and just listen.
And willing
It's the
to
fact
do
of knowing,
things.
like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what? They actually might have something over you. You need to just realize that as a
That'd be
person,
my
like, hey,
shit. Yeah.
they got something over me. Let me
But-
learn where they're at. and
Yes, not only open to
gotta be
listening, but
willing.
also to taking action, like actually doing those things like differently. Being open to doing things differently, and not so stuck in your ways. Because the whole point in life, however many mistakes you make, is to growth. Like
That's their
constantly
classic.
Learn.
I
evolving.
can lead you to the water, but I
Yeah.
can't make you drink.
Like grow from your
Yeah.
mistakes, you know. Like,
Trying to tell you, damn it. Shit, I get it.
So let me ask you guys, from now, we'll say now from back then, are you more family oriented? Oh, yeah. Are you? Are you a whole lot more family? I'll go with you, Chris, first. I'll let you say. Yeah.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah?
Oh yes.
And do you like it?
Kid.
Do you like it? Is it? Because I'll tell you this: the best thing that's ever happened to me was my daughter.
Oh yeah.
It made me change thinking. It made me like, it just had me. It had me thinking differently of what I needed to do and what I was responsible of.
Well,
So
with me, it confused me at
Well,
first.
it
I ain't gonna
confused
lie.
you?
You see how my situation, I had the kids, and I wanted to give my kids the one thing I never had in life. which
I
was a
remember you
family.
telling me that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted that no matter what I had to sacrifice, no matter what I had to go through,
Yeah.
I wanted to give my kids that. But then as it went on, as time went on, I started looking, stopping, seeing the whole picture, and like, nah, this ain't right. There's something wrong with this. It's not right.
Yeah.
You know? So
I would say, like, as much as you might want it, it's not 100% sure you're gonna have it like right on the first try. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah,
not like
yeah.
it's not like it's still not unattainable for you to have that, bud. You
But
know?
at the same time, I realized like, hey, I might want this for my kids,
Mm-hmm.
like to give them that. But what else am I showing them while that's
Right.
happening?
Yeah,
you
okay,
know?
yeah, that's
So
tough.
I need to I need to let them know, like, hey,
That's
don't
tough.
settle for nothing. Don't
Yeah.
do this. If it's not right, separate yourself. Put yourself in a better position.
we
Yeah.
set the
Yeah.
example of
Yeah.
how they should be
Yeah.
treated
And
by
'Cause-
someone
'cause
that
we-
loves them.
Also, we can all agree, all three of us, Sergio, Chris, Maria, I bet we can all that we all want our kids to
Oh.
be in a better place than what we are in.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We always want our kids to do better,
I
right?
tell my
Yes.
kids on a daily, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than
Right.
You're supposed to.
We
Your
always
kid's
we
supposed
always
to.
want
Plain
that.
and simple.
But
Like,
let me go back to that question. So you feel like you're more family oriented now?
Oh yeah, there's like even with all I had was my mom and my sister growing
Yeah.
up. Even with them now, I'm like, you know what? I need to connect with them more.
Yeah.
I need to engage with them more in their lives and see what's going on with them than I did before. You know,
I see. Like I'll tell you this, Chris. Every time I see you now, like even when you moved back or whatnot from Houston, what I've seen is you went straight to your mom, your sister. You went and saw your nephews. You went and saw your nieces.
yeah.
When you was over here, they was with you. You know, so I've seen firsthand that the big change and you being so much more family oriented, wanting to do stuff.
because I know they need that in their
Yeah.
life. I know they need that in their like. I didn't have an uncle growing up. All I
Yeah.
had was my mom, and my sister.
Yeah.
I didn't have an uncle, so I'm gonna give them uncle. Hey, uncle there,
Yeah.
uncle guy. Plain and simple.
That's-
That's
Yeah,
it.
family. That
You
shit's
got
growth.
family going on. You got cousins. You got, there's more people in your life than you see on a daily basis. Like, I might not see you but once a week, but guess what? You can pick up that phone, call me. I'm there.
What about you, Serge?
Oh yeah, look. I never would imagine myself living the Peter Griffin lifestyle at all. But it's dope.
Yeah.
Like shit, Mariah got it started, but that's like that shit didn't just come like I'm about to get my stuff together and
Yeah.
you know, like,
It feel good.
you know, it took a lot of growth, a lot of, you know, bumps and trial and
Mm-hmm.
error and stuff, but it was an adventure. But my kids most definitely they helped me focus. I
Yeah.
say it like that, help me get my priorities and my perspectives in check and shit.
And I feel that's what our kids do to us. It's like a switch, and it's not for everybody. It doesn't work that way for everybody. I get that, but for me, when I found out about my daughter, you know what I'm saying, like instantly, Chris, you can attest to this. You was with me all the time.
Yeah.
Day one, I mean, I'm trying to buy everything I can for her. You know what I'm saying, and I'm trying to put myself right then and there, trying to put myself in better position so I'm not living check to check. I'm not grinding all the time.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that my kid has the things that they need, and I can go and get it. You know what I mean? So first, it started off with me just working a lot, having multiple jobs all the time, and just bring that in. Then I started like killing myself, you know, doing these weird jobs and stuff that way. Then I got a little smart, you know, and found a couple of things that just kind of benefited me, so I still had time. You know what I mean? But I can tell y'all this, man. I don't think if I had her, I think I still would have probably been doing some dumb bullshit that I was doing.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. Oh,
You know,
most
it just
definitely.
it turned the switch,
Lee.
turned the switch on for me. Maria, I'm not gonna leave you out. Save the best for last. You know.
Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
I mean, I'll piggyback off of that. Like having kids, like you have to get your shit. I mean, y'all are men.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are all providers for y'all take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? So you know, y'all are providers. Y'all do what you. But like for women, in most cases, the woman has the child, whether they with the father or
Right.
not. So it's like. You know, you gotta figure that. You gotta figure it out. You just always have that thought. Because the way I think, I'm not saying this is right to think like this, but I feel like I have to be able to take care of my kids with or without help.
Right.
So I don't.
Right.
I try to think of
That
like.
is, though. That's
how you
I
should
try to
think,
think of
yeah,
it like.
that is what it is.
Could I take care of my kids like without the help? I want to make sure like I'm straight. That we're
Yeah.
we're
No
straight.
matter what, I
Right.
got them.
And then maybe that's a toxic thing because
It's
it's like a
so
No, that makes
so
sense
so
for
so.
But-
Hold on.
everybody.
I don't think it's a toxic thing. I think it's a preparation thing because the one thing that we hate is people letting us down, right? People who we give our time, our money,
Expectations.
you know,
Yeah,
all that. When we
expectations.
give
Yeah.
them all of that, and then somebody lets us down, and I know it's worse for I would say it's worse for women. You know, they get stuck in those situations when they have to be the ones that raise kids all the time like that too. So I get that. I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but I get where you're coming from on that. You know,
That shit
and
do suck.
I've always been that way of like I don't want to have to depend on somebody. You know, Chris,
yeah.
Chris, you guys
Yeah,
all know.
oh,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
all know
no.
this from me that I
And that's a male thing too, though. because
Yeah.
we don't want to ask
Yeah.
somebody for help. We don't want to, you know.
Yeah.
We
I don't
don't.
care
it's
if I
not-
know
it's-
I need it.
Yeah.
I would say
I'm
I would
not
say
about to
hold
ask
on.
you.
I would say it's not about asking somebody for help, but it's just that feeling I don't want to ever be in the position of having to call somebody to ask them
Just
to
knowing that you
take me
got
somewhere.
it.
to- So
Yeah.
so what we
Just
do.
knowing it's straight.
or
You
being
know,
vulnerable,
You're right.
putting yourself in a position to even rely on someone else.
You're right, but I would say what we do is we do those extra steps. We work those extra hours, or we get that extra
figure
job,
it out.
so we don't have to do it. Like you said, we figure it out. We try to figure, but also that's something with mothers do too. They figure that shit
yeah.
out. You know what I'm
They
saying?
do too on a whole
You know?
different level
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Our shit
My
come
mom,
Yeah.
I look back on it now.
Sometimes.
When I was younger, my mom, I'm like, how did she do that? How did she figure that out when I was younger? Like, how
Right.
did she come through like that?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Maria, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. It's a good conversation.
Was that good? Was that good? Like on the family
Yeah, I
thing for
mean,
you?
Yeah, I mean, like just gotta. I mean, the job I have now, I love it because I can spend more time with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
The stuff that we work toward to get to that point, though. You
yeah.
see what
But
I
it's
mean?
like you get caught up so much in like working and providing, right? That you miss your kids growing up.
The
I feel
journey,
like
the growth is what counts right there. Watching them grow up, they different little stages and stuff. I mean, still taking note of what you didn't have to go through to watch this shit happen, but it's still that's what you're doing it for. Is to be able to see that they growth and then shit like, damn, nigga, all right, yeah, I didn't have this, I didn't have that. I had to change up and switch this up, but shit, it's worth it, nigga, just to watch them shit, their shit to go smooth.
Yeah.
You know, in my eyes, smooth,
Yeah.
and then in their eyes at the same time, with them still being able to, you know, I want to do this, not this, and me thinking I'm doing something special and shit because I couldn't do it. Like, no, you're gonna go to this school over here and learn this. Daddy, I really don't want to and shit. And I'm thinking, you know, well, don't do it then, shit. What you want to do? I want to learn. I'll spend that money over here on this little, you know. And
That's such a gift.
it worked. So shit,
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm satisfied with it.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys something. Not really off topic, but it's still like on that thing about like the kids and stuff. I heard a customer today, and she had to get something for her son. I think like a new course so he could do homeschool. And the sad, I mean, this is a whole other topic we'll talk about another time too. But the whole time he was like, "I don't want to go to homeschool. I don't want to go homeschool." Right? And as parents of all of us, you know what they would have done back in the day, or what they do now. He's getting bullied apparently.
Oh damn.
You know what I mean? So that's
But
still a crazy thing. In the past, in the front, what would have happened? What would your mom have told you?
My mom.
Yeah. What do you think?
My mom
If I'm
told me,
getting bullied at
toughen up,
school,
nigga. You better
Yeah.
get
I
your
better
shit
handle that
together.
shit. I better handle it at
Right,
school.
Acting
right.
like that. What you talking
Right.
about?
Because in the past, what do we do? We had to fight through that
Whipping
stuff.
ass.
You know, it was
I mean,
not a lot of people told that they was getting bullied and stuff back in the day and
That's
stuff like
true.
that.
I swear I just
You
had
know?
this conversation with CJ
Yeah.
on the way here. About
Yeah.
to pull it down your road.
Mm-hmm.
I was having this conversation with CJ about his daycare. He said, Dad, I know what you would do, and I know, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
and I said, look, if you get bullied, look, you handle your business. Do not do anything outside of your character. But
Yeah.
if you are feeling threatened at any point, you need to, you know, handle that. But do not bully anybody at all.
Yeah.
And if you see somebody, you be that leader. You be that man to step up and be like, hey, chill out, back up. You know,
Yeah.
don't be a tag along.
So we say that, man.
Well,
we,
I was gonna say
we say that now because we're adults and we're parents and shit. But like when back in the day when we in school, high school and stuff, when we would see shit like that, I'm not saying I was guilty. I was guilty
Yep.
of like just looking
Yep.
and
I
watching.
watched.
And that's-
I talked
not
shit.
stepping in, you
I
know?
was, yeah.
But see, I never
That's-
had nobody teach me, you know, that, hey, you see something going on, and, hey,
Oh.
stick up for that person.
I would say-
I would say-
proper
to,
guidance counts.
Well,
shit,
okay, but-
natural,
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I know we're
go
off
ahead.
topic.
I was gonna
but
say stop it before it even gets to
Yeah.
violence. Hold
Yeah.
on, first of all, because if you're getting bullied, it doesn't start with like beating someone up.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
usually starts with
Kinda ties in with the past
antagonizing
still,
them.
though, but
So
picking on
stop it
people.
before then.
Yep.
But what do you really tell your kids to break something up? Like kids are getting stabbed and like
Yeah,
shot at
I
school
mean,
now.
yeah,
like
that's true.
do I tell my
that's
kid
true.
like yes, that sounds like the just the right thing to do, but do I want my child to put themselves in danger to
want
I don't
them to be
know.
aware of the world. I don't want to put
Whoever,
them
Yeah.
if you, I tell my
want them
kids,
to
if
be
you
able to
consider them your
recognize.
friend, oh yeah, go on, you can.
Oh man.
Mine
So
ain't on
so
the right path.
so that's one thing different from back then and now
Oh, yeah.
today. I would say now, I mean it's everywhere. It's your
yeah.
phone,
It-
it's your social media. It's all that. Cuz back in the day when we were all in keep saying back in the day like we 50 or something. I'm sorry, but I'm saying like back in the day, man,
We wasn't that soft.
I wouldn't say it wasn't about being soft, man. It's
Oh,
just there wasn't as much options for people to get bullied or to see things as it was back then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No, back then, now
Nah,
we were
it
at the
wasn't
peak.
social media,
We
it
were at
wasn't
the
no-
peak.
Oh, well,
It was
you
like
talking
more
about the
face to
social
face.
media.
Yes, yes,
It
I
was
get it,
more
yeah.
like cyberbullying.
Yeah, I
and
get
all
it
that.
now.
That's
I get
true.
what you're saying.
I'm talking about like the stretch that it is now. Because before
How far it can reach and
yeah,
stuff. and-
because
yeah,
before it was
yeah.
either at school, or,
Yeah.
you know,
It was just the
on a
people that
football
was
team.
there
But
and
now
shit.
now it's at school. Now it's at a bus stop. Now it's on Facebook. Now it's on Instagram. Now it's on
Oh, live,
Snapchat.
or
Now it's on
whatever, yeah.
TikTok.
Somebody can call
know?
you ugly and you say you getting bullied.
Yeah.
That's just their opinion. You
Yeah.
can't. That's not no damn.
And
We
you can't say-
encouraging that. Like, well, you know, sweetheart. Don't say that to my. Like, I think she's ugly. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Kids,
Yeah.
kids say crazy stuff. To
Yeah,
us. You
you're
think
right.
they're not
Kids-
gonna say it
kids
to each other, and then now y'all, as an adult,
Yeah.
is telling the kids that they bullying each other. Like, no, it's just an opinion. It's all right. That's how she feels. She
But
don't like
but
your
how
smile, baby.
how society is now with,
Sensitive.
you know, yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a lot more sensitive because now it's different situations of, you know,
We
somebody,
got access to it.
at a young age though, I'm talking about a young age, not like 10 or 12. Well, I would
They
say
have
I would say
access.
like
Oh, they
not
got
not middle
access.
school, not
Yeah.
high school.
More
It just
stuff
goes so
now.
far. It could be 7-year-olds,
As
8-year-olds.
soon as they get on the phones, some TikTok,
Yeah.
like they
Yes.
just on here and
Yes.
just, I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
like you gotta, but that comes back on the parent. I mean,
Yeah, if that's what you
You
letting
have
them, that's what
Man,
is
some
your
some
job.
some
I feel
parents
like-
don't even know that their kids are even doing that though. You know?
But
I'm
how-
more involved
why?
in my see,
Yeah, why don't you?
I mean, and that sucks for some kids.
Yeah.
You know, and can't help that. But I'm gonna try to teach my kid to, you know, I'm gonna teach you. Go ahead and teach others around you. You know, be that leader. Be
Yeah.
that person to be like, hey, I'm gonna be watching that. Come on, let's go play ball.
So-
let's go do something else. Let's, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, I do get caught up in just watching the shit that my kid be interested in.
Yeah.
And I don't even be necessarily just trying to, you know, like, baby, we shouldn't be doing this right now. We're doing it. I just be like, where is your mind going, baby? And then after I figure out where your mind is going, I'm like, okay, so if you're thinking about this, let's put that somewhere productive. All right, cool, bam, there you go. You want to be artistic, you want to do that stuff, then we can have you over here
Controlled.
playing with
Yep.
it.
Yes,
Yeah,
controlled
but I still
environment.
gotta let her be
And
her
just-
because then
Yeah. Because then you get ahead of yourself of
Yeah.
wanting the best. You get ahead of yourself of wanting the
I
best
do
for your
want it for you,
you know,
but only you really gonna
can
know.
want it.
So
And
it's-
you know,
yeah.
I messed up. I messed up because forever I love basketball. You guys all know that. I wanted to play basketball. When Kiana was a baby, what did I say? I said she about to hoop. She about to.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun teaching her how to play basketball and everything. And the crazy thing about it is she likes basketball, but she won't play it. You know why? Because I get overexcited when she tells me she wants to play basketball, and I'm like, heck yeah, let's get the training, let's do this, and then I'm overwhelming her with my excitement.
Yeah.
You know, and then she
Glad I
gets
got a boy.
then she's then she gets nervous about like disappointment or she's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Pressure.
And
I've seen
it's
that.
that's
I've
what
seen
it
that
is.
with TJ,
You gotta
too.
hold that
It's just-
standard.
I've
Yeah,
seen-
and I hate that I was probably part of that for getting overexcited and not letting her like fall in love with basketball like I did, you know, naturally just
Yeah.
playing
On
and
your
stuff
own
like,
and
you know.
stuff.
Just playing
I
with
got
her,
I
not trying
got
to.
I got too happy. So that's one thing. So that's one thing that I would say I've learned, you know,
Yes,
like growing
with
up,
time.
you know, like timing and being a little bit more patient. Patience is a big thing
Patience.
that I have
This
that I
whole
didn't
COVID,
have
the
back
COVID
then.
thing with the school.
Man.
I'm telling you that right. I could not teach my
Ooh.
kids. Nope.
I don't know
couldn't do
how I
that.
got
Oh,
it.
man.
But I
Hey, you
did.
give
That was-
props to the teachers and stuff.
Yeah.
I give you a little bit
Definitely.
like keep it on the right curriculum.
Hey.
But for what y'all do, thank you.
Yes.
Thank y'all. All the teachers.
I bet a lot of parents say that about teachers and
Man,
like because
they-
they had to keep those kids. They had all day, not just you didn't get to lose them for 8 hours a day, and then you had them all morning, all day. You had to figure out
Yeah.
working from home and all that, plus had them in your ear and stuff like that.
Sit down.
A lot of
But,
people
you got a question?
gave a lot of credit, and what I've seen now is like I have teachers come into electronics store and get stuff and whatnot all the time, and they get donations from parents. Parents donate to
yeah.
the school
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
you know, and give them little care packages so they
yeah.
have
Oh,
like
yeah.
Most
accessories that they don't have to buy that parents or donors are doing for teachers. It's been a
That's how it should be, though.
yeah. I
Like,
mean,
it used to be
but do
like
you
that.
remember when we were going to
Yeah.
like was that 5th grade or 6th grade? We always had to bring like remember when we had to bring like
Bring your stuff up.
the
We always brought
the
stuff.
paper towels, like you had to bring 2 paper
Yeah.
towels, 2 handkerchiefs, and all that for
Had a
basically
backpack
supply. They should
full
they
of
should do
stuff,
that
yeah.
for like every grade.
But
Okay.
don't they do that
They
still?
still-
I don't know.
They still do.
I don't know. I don't know.
They
I know.
do-
I,
they
I
do
know a lot of
last
teachers
year.
because I've checked them out. They get like cards. They'll get like little gift cards and stuff to go get a couple of
okay.
things. But
Nice.
excuse me, man, I burped.
That's
Gross.
nice to know.
But let's switch it. We've been on that for a little bit.
I mean, it still had to do with time though, because we're
Yeah,
talking about.
I mean,
the
yeah,
past
yeah.
and comparing
We
to
kind
now.
of talked about 3 things right there. We
Yeah.
definitely did. The next one I would say is we kind of talked about it again before, but I would say how's your patience now that you're an adult and what you were 10, 15 years ago.
It's fucking immaculate.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I pride myself on the simple fact that not like just all right, cool. If that is, it is what it is. If that's how you feel, you're
Yeah.
entitled to that, and I can live with that. As long as you ain't planning on harming me or like it did get like that, then I'm cool. I'm fine with it. But don't touch me. But we cool. Like say what you want to say. I'm with it. I love it now. Like before, word like it just you yelling at me.
Your eye twitching.
That
wrong.
leads to like hostile energy leads to a
Yeah.
hostile situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this,
Yes.
Serge. Do like when like let's say like shit or stuff like's about to pop off. You remember when we were younger when we used to like be drawn to try to look at that shit? You remember? Like nowadays, man, like it happens, but I'm like, man, let me just remove myself from
shit,
any
that's
of
on
that
them.
type of energy and stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like now we're older, we ain't even got time for that shit. Like, man, I gotta go to work and like
Cool.
hour
That shit
or
don't
whatever. You know what I'm
directly
saying?
involve
That,
me,
like
I'm cool. That's on you. Yeah.
I remove myself from every type of bad situation that there
Yeah.
is. If it's an argument, even if it's an argument, if it's like I'm in a bar
If
or
it's not
something,
important,
and it don't concern me at all, like
No.
there's no
Oh,
reason
yeah,
why I
if it
need to
don't-
even be
yeah.
there. Just remove myself from it, from getting drawn into it or whatnot. You know,
I don't drink.
I think that's part of like growth. Growing older, being wiser, just
Well,
seeing
the drinks
things.
are
You know?
out. I'm not drinking either.
I mean, for
I'm
me
still-
personally, I was a bad drinker. You know, I
Yeah.
drank. I'm ready at all times.
gonna
to,
ask
you
you
know,
that. I was gonna ask you
I'm
that
always ready. So when I start drinking, it makes it. I'm like,
Heighten,
Yeah.
heighten.
said-
Looking for it.
you said what? And like, that's.
Yeah.
But I learned like, hey, I need to stop that. Like, I got kids.
Don't
I
even
know I
start
can't
it.
afford to go to county no more. I can't
Yeah.
afford these
Just be
tickets.
doing-
I can't
yeah.
afford to be
Yeah.
hurt. I can't. Like,
It's a waste of damn
so
energy.
I was like, all right.
That's the growth. That's the growth in
Yes.
you. This one's for you too, Chris. Since we just talked to Sergio about it, I would say for you, I mean, same question. You know, I think you have a lot more patience than what you had before. What about with? I mean, patience with like anger and stuff, or do you think that you used to like walk away from a situation rather than like stand and deal with it?
I have a lot more patience just in general, period. Just with people like telling like we were talking about earlier, like somebody telling you about something in life, like, hey, you could do this. I didn't want to listen to that shit before.
'Cause you
I-
thought
I'm
you had
like,
it-
no, I knew it all. Like,
you thought
don't
you had
tell
it
me
figured
that.
out?
Like, I'm like, you telling me something to do. Like, nah, I don't like the way you talking to me. I don't like the way, you know.
No,
I had that chip on my shoulder, I guess.
Now
you
you're
could
more
say.
susceptible
Yeah,
to just to sit like
more
and listen.
I'm like, more absorbent to it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, let me listen. Let me just back up, listen what he got to say. You know, like, oh, this dude might be having a bad day. We're human.
Yeah.
Everybody has bad
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
walking. I'm pumping my gas. He looked at me crooked. Oh well. Now it's
That's
like, oh
on-
well.
that's his
Like,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Before I'm like, what
why.
the,
Don't let his
before
bad day make you have a
Yeah,
bad
That's
you know
day.
what I'm
why
saying?
you walk away when
Yeah.
you want
Oh, yeah,
peace
yeah.
in your life. You walk away from the situations because, like, if it's a situation where I gotta get out of character and get upset and get hyped or whatever, raise my blood pressure, all
Something
that,
ain't
like,
right. Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Like I said, I'll just remove myself from the situation.
Nobody wakes up every day wanting to be mad at
Right,
the world.
but
Like,
that's
I
the
mean,
thing. That's the thing. Like you have to get control of your mind. Like it's just like
Yeah,
then when you 10 years ago as a child,
Shit,
let's
it
say
might
as a
be-
child,
it actually might
your mind
be
is not in
somebody.
control of you. But it's again with the growth.
Yeah, it's good. See, I still got a lot growing to do. I know
I do-
every
we
day,
all
every day
constant.
We all
I
do.
get
It's
better.
constant.
Period.
We
It
all
ain't
do.
gonna be no day that I'm breathing where it ain't gonna get better.
That's
Somebody
right.
told me.
Shit.
Somebody always had told me this. He says Travis, one of my faith podcast episodes. He said the work never stops on working on yourself
No.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
it don't.
It's
Like,
a
I can
choice,
tell.
a
It's-
daily
it is
choice.
and
dope,
trying to
though.
be
It
better
is.
than you were the last year that you were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we
Every
all work
day.
on ourselves each and every year. You know,
Yes.
every day I would
Every
even say.
day,
You know,
yes,
if my
every day.
day was shitty yesterday, man, hopefully today is better. But I'm gonna be optimistic about it and not start my day thinking like it's gonna be shitty, but start the
Yeah.
day thinking it's gonna be better than it was
Yes.
yesterday. As long as it's better than it was yesterday, I'm okay with that. You know,
Just choosing
Committed.
to
You
have
gotta
a
be
good
committed.
day.
committed to self growth.
yeah.
That was today. I went to church.
That makes
today,
sense.
And that was the word today.
It was about what?
Commitment.
Mm.
staying committed to what.
Commit to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just committed to what.
And I would say, if you're committed to yourself and if you stray a little bit, man, I always say, you know me, I'm big about like my friends around me. You know, you guys all know that. I'm really big on my friends. So if I'm feeling like shit, or if I'm feeling down, or I'm feeling like upset or something, you know, I try to reach out, you know, because there's no reason to trying to deal with that by yourself. Maybe somebody gonna say something funny. Maybe somebody's gonna. It's not even about the distractions, but it's about to just to pop me out of that feeling, because somebody would, like she says, energy is coming and addressing and trying to be there, trying to help me out through there, trying to make me have a good time, laugh, all that. We all, I think, need that, because I know we all go through situations like that. Probably, like, you know, it could be just that month, that this month is just tough. I'm getting hit from everywhere. I just got a flat tire. Shit, I just had a window busted out. Damn, my other car's messing up. You know, jobs tripping. I'm having problems with my lady. I'm having problems with the kid. Like, it's all hitting us, and just like you're like, fuck. Life is life, and isn't that they say? Life is life, and you know, and it's always so cool if you got a group of friends around that can help you through it. But what was you gonna say?
No, because you know how you're saying you go through all these things with life, and it's hard. But you're saying life's an adventure, so it's all about your perspective. It's all about your mindset.
Yeah.
So things that we forgot, you know, that we knew as children, we had it there. We forget as we get older from life, because how life be life in. But the great thing about growth, it sounds like everyone here has learned. You know what I'm saying? That you're coming back to that. You're coming back to that. Recenter and refine yourself, because everything you need is like right here within yourself. But at the same time, you are constantly evolving. You're constantly growing. You don't want to be the same person that you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Like that's and 10. I don't want to be who I am today 10 years from now. I want to grow more. I want to continue growing and learning.
Goes back to what I was saying. Like my whole thing is to try to be in a better spot than I was in last year. You know, I do this every year. I mean, sometimes it trickles over to the next year, but I always set goals. You know, and no, I don't have to complete every single one of them by the year. But if I'm attempting and keeping busy and staying on the right track and, you know, staying focused, you know, not letting somebody come in my circle or my piece and ruin that shit, you know, I can attain 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I might not do all my goals, my 12 or 15 goals I set for my, but if I can do even one, if I can do 2, if I can do 3, you know what I'm saying? That's something. That's staying focused. You know, that was three of my top goals this year. You know this. It was to get the house situation thing done. That got done. It was just actually fully invest in building this podcast room. You know, like doing it, and then it was like launching it. You know, because it's so much. You always try stuff and you always worry, man, this shit gonna work. You know, I just invested all this. I just invested all this goddamn money in it, but
that thought that stops us.
Yeah,
that
those things. Yeah,
that constant fear, like, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm just spending all this money for nothing and I'm just wasting money? Like, do that shit. Just do it.
Right.
As long as you're investing in yourself.
And if that
invest in yourself.
Yes.
As long as you're investing in yourself,
and it's
no matter what, whether it's success or failure, you're investing in you.
Yeah, but you guys, the thing that made me go through with it really is like this shit that we doing right here. This is something we do all the time, even without the podcast.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We do this without this whole setting, the cameras or whatnot. We do this already. But the thing about that made me want to do it on the podcast, because I always wanted to do something like an entertainment or something, and I never could like figure out what it was. You know, when you're kids, you're in high school, like I want to be an actor. I want to be in movies. I want to do, you know what I'm saying? I want to be in TV shows and shit like that. But I really enjoy. I really enjoy my conversations, like when we can talk about great topics and stuff like that. Exactly.
Which I've long before.
But more or less with my friends.
Yeah,
you know?
Good energy, good vibes. Yeah.
Right. But the main thing that made me go ahead and just do it, guys, is that like I don't have any stress doing this. Like when I literally get to ask you guys to come in and do a podcast, I'm excited. I'm happy. This don't feel like work at all, man. This feels like I'm having a good time, having a good conversation with friends. Hopefully people can agree or disagree with it, whatever, talk about it. That's it.
Except
That's
for
it.
when I made you break a camera thing.
Yeah, except when you made me break my dang. I didn't break it. I broke the device that it was hooked up to.
hard and stuff.
Y'all don't
Like,
understand how frustrating it's gonna be to put that shit back together. Y'all just don't know.
Learning
I don't know.
opportunity to
Yep,
recenter,
you know,
calm
you
down.
get better
You
with
know
your
what I'm saying?
camera, like we've been talking about.
What?
Yeah.
Keep getting better. every
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
You're going to learn how to put that thing real quick in a jiffy. You know
I
what I'm saying?
hope.
Next time.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You will.
I know who to ask for
To be
camera
honest,
help.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not even gonna touch that thing until Wednesday, probably.
That's okay.
Till the next
I
one.
can-
Till the
that's
next one.
facts. I can
Yeah.
guarantee. Chris, come help me.
I told you if you need help,
Chris,
just
go
say
ahead,
you need
yeah.
help. It's okay.
Nah. So would you say? I just talked to you last. I'm gonna go back to Chris again. What's the other one? You're funny. Looking. I would say, what's the best thing that you think that you've gained from the past into the future? What do you think the best thing that you converted from your past to your future that's better, that makes you a better person? What would you say?
It makes me a better person.
Yeah. Or not just a better person, but like, what do you think the main thing that's made you grow and to the person you are today?
These kids.
The kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. These kids.
But if I did not have kids, I'm telling you right, I swear to Jesus, if I did not have kids, I'd be out here wilding out. I'm telling you, Houston would have been. Oh Lord, yeah. See, look.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Maria, I'm gonna give you that same one. What do you think that yours is? Your biggest like growth from when you were younger till now, and that means that's even if you've been to anything and all that. But from then to now, like, what is the main thing that you think that you benefited from?
I just think realizing that anything you go through is a learning situation. Like any mistakes you make, like you can grow from that, and just knowing that whatever, like however your life is going, like right now, like we have the power to like change that. So I just wish I would have realized that sooner. But as you know, over time, you like you learn that hey, like you literally like you in your mind, it all starts in your mind. Whatever life you want, like you can create that, and that's what I want to pass down. That's why it's so urgent to like get it together, because you want to pass that down to your kids. You want to pass these things down to your kids that weren't passed down to us. So, I mean, just not try like just my mindset, like just learning. Try not to dwell on the negative instead of just beating myself up, because we're raised. I was raised like you for your mistakes, like it's you grow up not like trusting yourself and so
Scared to
not-
make those mistakes.
yeah,
That's
just
strong.
like
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
like a failure, like constantly worried about failing, and that's where that fear comes from now. I think as like an adult, that fear as like that child, that's that child in you, and just it. Yeah, you can change that though. You don't have to be, in fear. You can literally change your mindset and like,
It's
yes,
okay
the
to make
positive.
mistakes. It's okay.
Yeah, and learn from them.
That's
As long as you're
right.
learning
Yeah,
from
yeah,
them,
yeah,
it's
shit.
okay. It's okay. But yeah, just sorry. I feel like I was.
No,
talking
you're
too
good.
much.
No, that's good. That's
Because
perfect. That's
really-
perfect. That's
what
a
it
good
was.
response.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was it.
Serge,
It was my failures.
your failures?
Is the reason why
Yes.
I messed up a lot in a lot of
Yeah.
different ways. I was
Yeah.
like, shit, I'm gonna do this. Hey, you say I won't do it. I did it. And it is like it was a whole bunch of shit that I
Ego.
didn't want to go through again. When I went
Ego.
through it, it was like, okay, that wasn't really worth it. And it was like, no. I did it. And then I don't really want to go through that again. So the more shit that I go through now, nigga, knowing that before I would have fucked up,
Yeah.
nigga, and shit. And then I would have told my kids, go through, don't let nobody test you, this and
Yeah.
that, da. Now it's like, it don't matter. Like, nigga, if somebody say you ain't gonna do something, like, well, you the one who want me to do it, or just don't even entertain them at all and shit. Like, it ain't nothing for you to prove. I felt like I had shit to prove to people that don't
Yes.
really
Yeah, that's
matter.
another
It
one.
was
Oh,
like,
I'm
nigga,
gonna
Amen.
tackle that one here in a minute, but
that led to the failure.
Yeah.
Shit,
Always
that
trying to
was,
prove, yeah.
like, nah, I'm cool.
let me ask you this. I'm gonna do this for all three of you guys too. I'm gonna stay with you, Sergio, and I'll go back around. But I was gonna say, what do you think? Like we were talking about before, back then and now, do you think you're happier?
No.
Oh, that means there's still room for growth. That means there's still room
You're
for
not supposed to
growth.
laugh at that. I'm just I'm
That's
serious.
No.
man. That's
No.
a question.
No.
No, real. For
No,
be real
because
serious, do you think
now,
you're
like at the end? Like I do feel more at peace. I do
Yeah.
feel that, but before when I didn't care, I was happy. I was having fun. For me, that's a happiness.
because you
Like,
didn't have that? You didn't have all these
It
burdens and
wasn't
stuff.
no
you think?
stress. It wasn't as much
Oh, okay.
responsibility. It wasn't like I gotta make sure that wasn't there. It was like shit. I want to do this. I'm gonna go do this. This is like it was simple. Now, I mean, it's still simple, really. The family shit, but I have to think 2-3 steps ahead
Yeah.
because my kids is kids.
Yeah.
And then I'm already knowing what's coming next, but then at the same time, I'm not knowing how they gonna put their own little twist on it. So it's stressful,
Yeah.
but it still feel good. But I'm not. No, now I got to think a whole lot more than I would have before. So I can't just be like until I know that we stable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can whatever it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go out here and go get. But when I know for a fact that whatever the hell they gonna want to come across, and I can be like, all right, baby, and I can direct you and guide you through it. Then cool, I'm happy. But until like right now, like I'm still growing. I'm still learning. So the shit is
Always.
is
Yeah.
stressful. So yeah,
Always working. Yeah.
I was probably happy.
What about you, Chris? What do you think?
That's a very complex.
Are you?
Yeah,
Are
later.
you?
I mean,
I get a
So-
lot,
so-
but see, the thing is, like today, like I look over my son, I see him smiling, like that right there. That's happiness to me.
Yeah.
Little things, like all those little things throughout the
So
day.
I'll reframe the question for you, just because you were gone for 2 years in Houston, right? So I say that the time of when you left and the time that you're back now, do you think you're happier now than you were before that?
And that's a hard one too.
'Cause I know
because
it's
my time away
Yeah.
helped me readjust my mental state
Yeah.
and what I needed to do for them. But I hated being away from them, not being able to be there every day for them. Them calling me like, "Hey, Dad, I got a game today. Oh, I can't be there," or "Hey, I got practice today," or like that right there. That sucked. That ate at me. And so it was a good thing at the time because it helped me reevaluate, reset, get where I needed to be as a good father figure for them. And so now that I'm back, I'm able, like, I know I'm in a way better position than I was
When you
before.
left?
Yeah,
When you left?
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a straight benefit.
I mean, I definitely see the difference. You seem happier. You seem you seem like you made the right decision of coming back. And of course,
I ain't gonna lie. I miss Houston. I ain't gonna lie.
I know you miss Houston. Every
was-
Houston,
hey, it was
Houston versus Oklahoma
Oh,
is Houston
man.
wins every single time. But guess what? You're not dealing with hurricanes right now. All right,
I
Yeah.
left
you're
just
not dealing with
before-
none of
I
that
left
right now.
just before, hey.
You're not dealing with none of that. So Maria, I'm gonna ask you this. You answer however you want. I was gonna ask do you feel like you're happy now?
I feel like I'm definitely getting there. I mean, here's the thing though.
Yeah.
I'm at a time, my personal
Yeah.
stuff I'm going through, but I feel like I'm at a time where it's like my whole world would just like fall apart, right? And I got to start over. And it's like, while everything's like falling down around you, what's that meme, whatever, like everything's okay, but everything's on fire.
Yeah.
But it's like, but it's okay because of my experience going through things and like having to start over
Yeah.
again. Like I know I can do it because I've done it before, and every
Right.
time I get like I fall down, I get back up like 10 times
Stronger,
better.
yeah.
It's like you got to clear out whatever in your life that you got to get rid of at that time to make room for it. So okay, you lost your job, or you lost the person, or whatever, or you lost, what you're familiar with, but that's to make room for you to grow into a better space, which is what we're continuously doing. So, but the whole thing about it is that what we don't realize, we didn't realize maybe 10 years ago. I know I didn't realize anyway, is that life is just like, it's always going to be things that you go through. It's always going to be things that happen that you don't really have no control over, but you can control like how you think about it, how you feel about it. so you can like just regulate your own emotions and like okay, instead of being reacting in emotion or reacting off of ego, I can just okay, I can problem solve. Like I can just figure this out, how to get through this. And so, because if you constantly thinking about like, oh my gosh, like this is all going wrong, and what you wasting time thinking about what's going wrong when you could be using that valuable time to figure out how to make it right.
Yeah.
So it's literally just changing like your mindset.
Yeah.
Like,
That's perfect. Yeah.
Journey, that was nice.
I mean, honestly,
built
it is.
strength right
Perfect.
there.
that's a
Strength
clip
of
right there.
character.
Yeah.
Did
It's
that.
definitely one. That's good.
Did that.
I mean, I would say I'm happier.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm happier
That's
than
what's up.
like when I was 10 years ago. I mean, I wasn't really dealing with anything. I think at most I was still in that mode of trying to find like what am I going to do.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college. I didn't really have a plan right out of that. I wanted to, but I just didn't have it planned out. So it never happened because I didn't plan it out or something. But after that, man, all I did was work jobs. But I was just trying to like, where am I going to fit in this world? After out of school and stuff. And I say everything that I went through up to this point, I'd say I'm glad. I'm glad I went through the stuff because I don't think if I didn't go through the stuff, I wouldn't be the person who I am
Yeah.
today.
Yep, that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's facts.
If I didn't go through certain ups and downs and have to, triumph over those things, work hard, just get through it, just figure it out like we were talking about earlier, I don't think I'd be where I'd be. I don't think I'd,
Nobody.
you know what I'm saying? I understand things a lot better now. I understand people a little bit more, who.
Understand yourself more
Yeah,
through
that
other
too.
people.
That
So
shit helps.
I would say I'd say I'm happier. I'm happier because
Overall,
I'm happier. I'm not saying I'm completely like happy, because we're adults and like we were saying the other day, we're trying to be
Life
better.
and-
We're trying,
Yeah.
like life be
Yeah.
life, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think I'm happier. I'm for the most part. I think I'm pretty healthy. I'm healthy. I got a job. I got a house. I got a kid that loves
so much
me.
to be thankful for.
You know?
That's what the gratitude mindset.
Yeah.
You could work out some more.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my
we're in the
goodness.
process of
Couldn't
that.
we
you
all?
know.
Couldn't we all?
Says the guy with the pump cover
get
T-shirt. He didn't even
Man.
freaking bring me one.
Gonna flex
Yeah.
it.
Hey, I got yours coming.
Yeah, whatever.
I
But I would say I'm happier from what
Yeah.
I've been through in the last few.
That's
You know.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Shit.
Man,
That's
but
all we
it's
can do.
literally a daily choice. Like,
Yeah.
that's why you said like who you surround yourself with. Because I'm the friend that's gonna send you like the videos. Like, okay, listen to these affirmations.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, listen to you having trouble.
God, don't I know?
Look. But do you take this? If you listen to it though, it'd be some real. It'd be
Yeah, I
good
do.
stuff.
I do.
You but it's like share that you become what you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
So like you said, you attract what you are. So if you're constantly in this mindset where you're angry or you got a point to prove, you're gonna attract other people. Right? I don't really. I don't like get into altercations. Like, I mean, I don't know. It just
That's good.
I don't either anymore.
I was
like,
about to say,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if it's Marion, that little place, or what, but I appreciate, I ain't got to argue with nobody about nothing. I used to be mad. I don't even care about race.
I'm saying though, but that's funny. I'm saying though, damn, that's funny.
Isn't it crazy?
saying.
Isn't it crazy how much stuff you have to go through to even get to that point
Yes.
where like stuff don't
Yeah.
bother you so
I was
much?
sitting
Where
there mad.
it's
I'm
stuff
mad
that
at
could
for
take
being
you,
mad at
tear
me.
you apart.
Why am I
Like,
mad at you? And
Man,
you say, oh, look at you, boy. And like, goddamn, look at there go another one. That's all I should have said. Why am I mad? Why do
Right?
I get offended?
I gotta be mad because they
Oh,
they
man.
mad
Yeah.
at my
I'm-
presence.
I'm cool. I'm about to walk through this bitch cheesing in the bitch now.
See, and I would have been the guy like, oh, you not mad? Okay.
Look,
Oh,
see,
well, let me
look,
be that
see,
guy for
be
you.
like,
Not no more.
No, but
Not-
see,
not
that
anymore?
instigates
We're not
exactly
mad.
See?
because
We're
that
not mad.
instigates more
It's
of the
cool. We're not
situation
even-
that's drawing in more of that negative energy. Like you mess with. Nah, it's just okay. You have a good day. Like all right. Like even with traffic, like with like crazy drivers, like road rage. I don't get road rage anymore. I used to be that person like,
I'm
I'm
I
like
do
notice that
that.
about
I do.
myself. Like
I
why
hate
am I
Oklahoma.
doing this?
I do,
This is
yeah.
crazy. Like why do I do that? Like okay, it's your road. If I see somebody driving crazy, oh they got a shit. I even tell my kids that. Oh they got a shit. That's why they driving
just
crazy.
let me poop. Let me get to the toilet. and
Like,
shit.
look, they might be having a shitty day. So this your road now. Like,
Yeah.
this your street.
I do be
It's
getting
your
fucked
highway.
up sometimes. Like, what are you doing? I be looking at motherfuckers on the road like,
I might judge
What
a
you
little
doing?
bit,
Why
like,
you even
oh,
driving?
I'm
but
rolling down the whole
look,
window like, what?
look.
Why you got your hazards on?
Yeah, what are you doing? Why can't we get where we going? Can I please get
Funny,
over?
funny story about hazards with Chris. For another time, we'll leave that for the
yeah.
drunken
Alright.
stories
Oh, no.
episode or
Yeah,
whatever.
we should say that. Now,
That's
tell y'all I
funny.
had a baby on the highway. Or are we gonna say that?
What?
Let's say that too.
What?
Oh,
What'd you say?
what?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's coming on the highway, Ricky Bobby style, nigga. I want to go fast, daddy. Don't sit on the baby, nigga.
What? I'm confused. Where did
Yeah,
this come
yeah.
from?
I'm sorry.
Oh
it just
my
happened.
God.
What are
You
you
said,
doing?
you said something about a drunk story, so I was gonna give you a story.
Are
I'm
you
sorry.
drunk now?
Oh, we go.
Well, no, I ain't
I'm
drunk
like,
yet,
that's
but
not-
I've been drinking. Shit.
Wow.
I don't even know where that came from.
my.
Sorry, I apologize.
Y'all gotta stay tapped in.
Hey.
Y'all
For the
stay
next
tuned in
episode
for
to
that
find
one.
out
I'm
that
telling you,
Oh
that,
my God.
that's
story.
gonna be a story.
Chris, you should have saw your face when he said Ricky Bobby, bro. You were like, what? Like,
Oh, I'll say, hey, shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake.
oh man.
It was a great experience.
But I'd say, man, yeah. Past and present, man.
I do.
It's literally past and present. You gotta put them together.
Yeah.
And
they
that-
do.
and
It
that's-
make one. It make your whole.
Yes, but that's what I'm going through right now. So like, you know, happiness is a choice, right? So at one point in time, like 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, I was like really good at like being happy, just choosing to be peaceful, choosing to be happy, being gratitude, you know, all that. But you know, right now, there's things that I have went through since that. Since then, it's like I realized that I was kind of like not. I was kind of like hiding from my issues by, you know, with the happiness, like just focusing so hard on being happy that I just kind of ignored the stuff that I needed to like face head on.
Yeah.
So we, you know, we get, you know, it's fun to, you know, we do the things that's fun and like exciting or whatever that makes this fun,
That
the
little
happiness to us.
feeling,
But it's
yeah.
not addressing the actual issue, right?
Yeah.
So it's like right now I'm going through this phase where I'm like going back to how whatever ages, whatever I went through at these different, just through life and just really like processing through that. How did I feel? And really just like reparenting myself and learning how to like love myself through everything that I went through, being there for myself when I didn't feel, you know, like the person I didn't have in my life that I wish I had in my life. And that way I can pass that on to my kids. That's the ultimate goal, you know.
The little ones gotta get
Because the generational trauma, I mean, it goes back, they say, up to like 7 generations. I believe it's longer than that. But
I'm feeling something from somebody ancestor
Look.
in my soul
look,
right now.
look, it
Man.
is. I
It-
talk
it
to my
be there.
cousin all the time. Shout out to Tony Vegas.
There be times I be getting mad at old people and like nigga, usually it's like that's respect, you know, I care to do, but there's certain times when certain people do or say certain phrases that I don't even it don't register to me, but it irritate
Mm-hmm.
me. That's one of the ancestors. That's somebody from somewhere else, nigga. Like, don't get away from
But
them.
see,
Don't accept
you gotta,
it.
we gotta tap into that. Like as you
That's
get older,
tough.
because we put ourselves in situations that we know we shouldn't be in, but we don't listen to that, right? So you learn to listen to that as you get older,
Get
as
older,
you grow,
yeah.
you know,
I'm
different
trying.
things.
Like,
Like
who I'm supposed to listen
we
to,
still,
who I'm not.
I still mess up. I still make, and that's the thing about it. That's why for me it's important to go back and love myself through all those things, because I gotta love myself now. I'm gonna be stuck with myself for the rest of my life. So why I need to love myself,
Yeah.
like.
That's
I need to
that's
love
it.
that's gonna
myself,
be
like
tough, yeah.
so through anything, and I have to know like that way when I do make a mistake, which is gonna happen because I'm human, right?
Yeah.
I need to like that's okay, right? It's okay. I still
That's
love
part of the
you,
process.
still love myself, but we gonna
Realizing
do
that.
better now.
Yeah, that'd be
we
shit
gonna,
like,
we
damn,
gonna
sir,
do,
sir,
we gonna go up,
okay.
you know.
Yeah, you did
So.
that. Look at Josh. You know. Like,
The lineup.
proud of him.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. Let's
Yeah,
give
I'm
us
proud.
flowers.
Appreciate
Where's the
Josh. I
clapping
can't
thing
believe
on
we
there?
on this doing this.
Sound
This
effects. Go
one?
ahead, cut that clap.
Ah, damn. That ain't it.
Y'all get to push one?
Yeah, push one. Pick the right one.
Oh my
damn.
god.
That was the
over.
one.
Oh,
You guys are hilarious. You want to try? Just you want
Give me
to try
the
one?
good
Go
one.
ahead.
That's a good
Everybody
one.
else in here. There you
Yeah, there it is.
That's my boy.
What episode is
Yeah.
this? What episode is
Oh
this?
my god.
Episode 5.
This is episode
Episode
5.
five. Episode 5. Edgio4 podcast.
Edgy verse
Edgy
podcast.
verse. It's the Edgiverse.
What am I?
No,
Edgio. It's edgy verse.
Oh, I remember the Edgiofer.
I gotta try again.
Hey, he on it. He needs to have the soundboard.
Oh my
He
god.
needs to have the
For so
soundboard.
long.
Edgio.
It's not his name. Edgiofer.
Edgy.
Hey, since the first day I've heard that, that's what I called him.
Edgiverse.
It's Joshua
Edgifer.
Edgiofer.
Edgiverse.
Yeah.
Edgiverse sounds like
First-
somebody's name.
First of all, it's Joshua Edgefor. This is the Edgyverse podcast.
Edgiverse.
Okay.
It sounds like
Yeah.
kind of like veggie.
Veggie
Ooh,
Tales.
damn.
No, you didn't.
Damn.
Oh, you will not see her again, guys. You will not see her again.
You will be seeing me. Hey, follow me on Instagram at.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Mia_Tia.
Hold on. Say
It's
that
Mia
again.
Tia.
Say it again. Say it again for everybody.
At.
No, start over and say it.
Lord.
Follow
Oh,
who?
Hey, follow me on Instagram. It's Mia Tia. It's _Mia MIA_Tia TIA.
Chris,
What's that mean?
you want to talk about that T-shirt you got on?
Oh.
Yeah, sir.
This Houston pop cover, coming out with
Oh no. Do that over. This is
Yeah,
what?
try one more time.
This is what? I need Chris.
Put some.
Well,
Yeah.
I ain't got the Oklahoma. I don't feel good.
So what? Tell them about the pump. Tell them, bro.
I want to know.
Get them
because
ready.
this-
It's
yeah,
not
this is something I
yet
need to
ready,
get
but it's
into.
about to be. So it's not yet ready, but get ready.
Give us a
How do
preview.
you- How
like
can I
like,
get
Come
ready
on.
for that?
Hold on, let
Yeah.
me do some push-ups. And then,
Yeah.
This is free advertisement for you, buddy.
That's pretty
Hey.
good. Pump cover. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's something to be looking
Nah,
out
but see,
for.
I gotta get the shirts, man. I don't like it. 'Cause
So
it's all about the
What's wrong
Sergio,
with
this
this
this will
shirt?
get him ready. Just tap his chest so he can go.
What's wrong with that shirt?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it worked. Shit, it worked.
Oh man. Well, you don't want to say anything about pump cover right now?
No, we'll
Okay.
get it.
Okay, we'll do it another time. You
want
want to be prepared?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Fine,
You can.
yeah.
You think you're gonna be in a lot of
Oh, I
episodes?
know I am.
Oh, okay.
I will
Well,
I gotta
I'm
keep
You-
gonna
this
be on
house.
some episodes.
well, you guys, you heard from Miss Mia Tia. Hit her up, man. Her Instagram lives and stuff that she does with her friends in the show is really good. Okay, so check her out for
And I
sure.
post content. I'm funny.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
fly.
she's funny.
It's
You know,
nice
funny
profile.
looking, but okay.
But it gets the
Sergio,
people
you
going.
know you are invited anytime you're in town, buddy. Today is his birthday, so this is even more
Yeah,
special of a
yeah.
podcast. He's spending his time with us today.
This one?
Ladies and gentlemen, they found the soundboard. I am so sorry.
I don't want to do this no more.
Oh my gosh.
I quit.
This is
First birthday ever.
come on. Let me end this, guys. God, damn, y'all going out of control now, okay?
That shit.
Jesus.
She killed me.
This is Sergio and Chris,
Damn.
Mia Tia, and me, your host Josh. This is the Edgyverse podcast, and we are out.
Give me a comment, I'm about to blow up. I'm smoking this gas, man, this shit got me stuck and I pop me a beat and I'm about to boot up. Can't trust a hoe, man, you bitch, you be tweaking. I gotta stop, man, these hoes got me geeking. Call her Victoria, she got some secrets. Don't want your heart, little bitch, you can keep it. It's dirty, dirty. From the 918, yeah. Let's go. Give me a comment, I'm about to blow up. I'm smoking this gas, man, she got me saying. I bought me a beat and I'm about to boot up. Can't trust a hoe, man, you bitches be tweaking. I gotta stop, man, these hoes got me geeking. Call her Victoria, she got some secrets. Don't want your heart, little bitch, you can keep it. I kill the comments and stay out the drama. I cannot stop, cause there's money to make. Swear I'm the realest, these people so fake. How do they do it? I cannot relate. I'm pouring up, I got smoke on the way. All for the mess, say this shit to the face. Run up on me and I'm spraying the K. I got no heart, I got nothing to say. Don't worry about me, I'm just having a day. Got me some money, my pain go away. Got me a chain and I'm shining today. I'm done with these hoes, I got one on the way. I've been through too much, shit, I hurt on my face. Ask how I'm doing, I tell you I'm great. I changed a lot, so I gotta get thanks. Used to cook ramen, now want me to stay. I could've died right on that mistake. God was on time, no, he never was late. I'm still alive, so I guess it's my fate. Moved out the country, I moved out the state. I still got problems, I'm fighting my demons. Can't fuck with love, cause that shit had me tweaking. I'm turning up, going hard as my season. Spending money, I don't need a reason. Give me a cup, I'm about to
We're gonna have a whole bunch of
she got me stuck and I bought me a bean and I'm about to boot up. Can't trust a hoe, man, you bitch, you be tweaking. I gotta stop, man, these hoes got me geeking. Call her Victoria, she got some secrets. Don't want your heart, little bitch, you can keep it. I can let comments and stay out the drama. I cannot stop, cause there's money to make. I ain't the realest, these people so fake. Don't know how they do it, I cannot relate. I'm pouring up, I got smoke on the